Our first guest tonight is a best-selling author and the Emmy-winning host of The Rachel Maddow Show, which airs weeknights at 9 on MSNBC. Please welcome back to the show our friend, Rachel Maddow. How are you, Rachel?
I am, inaugural-ish.
Does it feel real to you? Does it feel real that this is the last full day of the Trump presidency?
I mean, what are the odds that this time tomorrow Trump's gone? It just seems absolutely impossible.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, I know he's going to in my brain. I know it's true, but in my guts, I feel like this is going to be a persistent infection.
I certainly agree with you on that. But there is, of course, because it's the last day, we keep hearing the talk of maybe 50 to 100 pardons. We're talking at around 4 in the afternoon. They haven't happened yet. Don't you think it will be a fitting farewell present from the president to you if he does it like 5 minutes before your show starts tonight?
I am not egotistical enough to think that I have a place in his mind, but he does do a lot of stuff at like 8:55.
Yeah.
And Eastern time, right before the show starts. And, everybody that I know in the news business, everybody, people in the conservative networks and liberal networks, in between, straight journalists, reporters, everybody who has anything to do with covering politics has aged over these 4 years the way presidents age over 4 years. You know how Obama went in like a young man and came out like Methuselah? I mean, they all do. But it happened to the reporters this time. Everybody in the news business, we all have one major new physical thing wrong with us at least.
And the president looks exactly the same.
Yes, he absolutely does.
To be fair, for the last 30 years, he's looked the same. So. I know you are someone who likes the ceremony of this office, things like the State of the Union. Yet we have an inauguration that, for a lot of reasons, both be it safety, COVID protocols, a lot of it's going to be virtual tomorrow. Do you think it will have the same effect that a powerful inauguration can have?
It's an interesting question. I've been thinking a lot about it because I'm going to be, on air all day covering it, and I'm assuming that it's going to be fine, but it is going to be different. And part of what is meaningful about ceremonies like this and things like State of the Union and things like Election Night is that there is a sort of sameness or repetition or tradition for it. And even without all the craziness of like Trump leaving early and it has to be the usher who lets the Bidens in because the former first lady and former president will have gone by then. Even with all of the Trump craziness, just the COVID factor and the way they have to do it with so few people is going to make it seem not like other inaugurals. I think it will still feel like special and important and have a lot of gravitas, but the combination of the Trump weirdness and 20+ thousand troops having to be there because the transition of power was not peaceful this time, and the COVID stuff, it is just going to be once in a lifetime. I feel both good and bad about that, I guess.
There is obviously a lot that the Biden-Harris administration is going to have to address right away, but I'm wondering what your thoughts are as far as how the events of January 6th are going to affect the way President Biden governs, especially early on.
I mean, we'll see. It's been a rollicking thing to see since January 6th that every day there are new and very serious charges being brought against people who were part of the attack on the Capitol, including, conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States, which is the first time they're starting to bring charges like that in terms of there being an organized command and control effort to attack the government rather than just people being charged with trespassing or stolen property and stuff like that. So the charges have been really serious, but we'll see what the Biden Justice Department does, for example, and what the Biden-led FBI does on those things. And it's just going to be, it's a shocking thing to have to deal with. But it also, how does it affect everything else he wants to do? I keep thinking it's just kind of like if you just got a new job, you were just named bank manager. You're going to be running this branch or this bank and you're super excited and you've been building up to this for a long time and you're really qualified and everybody's psyched for you to take on this new job, and you show up for your first day as the new manager of the bank while the bank is being robbed. And it's like, well, the first thing I have to do as the new bank manager is tie up the perpetrators and call the police and make sure everybody gives their witness statements. I mean, Biden is taking over in the middle of this like incredible crime spree
And
that
then
he has
I
to
also
deal with
feel
on
like-
top of everything else.
And then Biden has to, the kind of guy he is I feel like he then says like, and look, I'm not just the president for the bank and the people at the bank, I'm also the president for the robbers. I'm everybody's president.
That's right. We need to understand why they needed all of our money. Yeah, the empathy may be out of control.
I actually want to ask about that empathy in a second. We'll be right back with more from Rachel Maddow.